Well, whether you are a book lover or a casual reader, you'll want to check out some of the events happening for the Festival of Books and Authors this weekend. A variety of renowned authors are in town to share their knowledge and mingle with our community. And it is so great to have two of those authors joining us live now. I'd like to welcome TJ Klune and Jennifer Lynn Barnes joining us. TJ is known for his books, The Extraordinaires, Under the Whispering Door, and a whole lot more. And Jennifer is the author of more than 20 acclaimed young adult novels, including The Final Gambit. Good morning to you both.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
Well, congratulations. It's so great to have you at Bookmarks here in Winston-Salem. So tell me, TJ, we'll start with you. What draws both of you really to the young adult audience? Why did you choose for this to be your genre of work?
Well, at this point, I think it's interesting to see how the young adult genre is at the forefront of diversity and inclusion. We are seeing the more and more marginalized creators being able to tell the stories where they get to show themselves in the books. There is something magical about being able to see yourself in fiction, and I love being able to do that for the young adult readership.
And tell us about the session you're hosting tomorrow.
Oh, I will be doing a session about the other worlds where I will be with some amazing authors talking about fantasy and science fiction. I also just found out that I'll be on a panel with a Pulitzer Prize winning author, so that's just amazing that the breadth of authorship that we have at this festival.
Wow, so much impressive talent as well. And Jennifer, you can answer that question as well about young adult, and then also tell us about your young adult genre, and tell us about the session you're hosting tomorrow called Find Your People. What does that mean to you?
Sure. So the question in terms of how I was drawn to the young adult genre, I've been doing this since 2006. I started when I was an actual teenager. So I was a teenager writing for teenagers. And then the reason I've really stayed with YA, I think, and the thing that makes it so attractive to me is that it's an entire category of origin stories. With adult fiction, sometimes you get an origin story, but sometimes you just come in and Sherlock Holmes already is the greatest detective in the world. But with young adults, by virtue of the fact that they're teenagers, it's almost always an origin story where you are, it's a story of arcing and becoming. And I think taking someone through this special time in their life where you end the story showing, wow, this is who they're going to be in a big way is just really exciting. And then my session tomorrow at 3:30 is called Find Your People, which I absolutely love because when I was a teenager, I didn't necessarily have that place yet where I had the place and people with whom I felt like I belonged. The people who loved me because of who I was instead of in spite of who I was. And I think as TJ was saying earlier, young adult is giving that to people. If you don't have it in person, you can have it through these books. And I think that's some of what we're going to be talking about in the panel is what, I'm a psychologist by training, so what psychologists call the need to belong and how you can find your people in the pages of a book.
Thank you for sharing that. I love it. And as authors and readers, what are you looking forward to most about this weekend? It's so exciting for both of you, but TJ, we'll start with you.
There are some authors that I cannot wait to fanboy over. Like, there are people here that I've wanted to meet that I've read for years, and it's interesting being an author at an event like this because I know that there are people who are going to come to say the same thing to me, but it's just awesome being able to go find the author that I came here to see and just go up to them and basically fanboy about all of their work.
And then I am really, really excited to see readers. I think especially coming off the past few years we've had when you're writing in such isolation and you know there are readers out there reading the books and loving the books, but actually getting to see those readers and connect to them is just an amazing experience.
And it'll be so great to have this entire festival in person so you can really kind of see the face behind the pages, and you'll have such impressive conversations that you guys will take with you afterwards.